I'm Jules.
And I'm Jason.
And
we doing
filmographies.
That's right. It's time for Crazy Six. Is that what they say? Is that Crazy Nines?
Oh, eights.
Exotica.
Uh-huh. Exotic sixes. Sexy.
Exotic pets, exotic titties, exotic everything.
It's from 1994. I got a little bit into this movie, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. I must have watched a lot of these Donnie Mac movies when I was hot on his trail.
I remember nothing of this movie.
I remember a lot of it.
I mean, I very much think I rented it thinking it'd be super sexy.
Uh-huh. It's not.
It's not.
There's a decent amount of nudity in it, but...
I was talking to Jenny about this last night, and I was like, there's like the perfect amount of nudity in this to make it believable that it's a strip club.
It's casual, yeah.
And it's hot, but it's minimal.
It just exists. You know?
And it's not nearly as much as you would think.
No. This movie was inspired by 3 experiences that Atom Egoyan had.
When his house burnt down when he was a child, and they found that they were at the whim of the adjuster.
And there's 2 more.
Tell me.
Being taken to a lesbian club where women on stage perform as men. So I guess like maybe burlesque. Having a tax auditor suggest to him incorrectly that he was being cheated by a business partner. And finally, as a teenager, when he realized that a friend was in an incestuous relationship. So I guess maybe being abused by a parent or something. It's not a way to phrase it.
Is there incest in this movie?
I think it's slightly suggested that's what's going on with Mia Kirshner when she's a child at the very end.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And her quid pro quo to his stuff.
Yeah, that would make more sense for that angle.
I was struggling to understand what her relationship was to the woman, the pregnant woman.
That's her lover.
I thought that was the case, but then I'm like, well, why did her and Elias just break up? And then she started dating this woman. Did she leave him for her?
I don't know that they were together.
Then he signed a contract to impregnate her. It seemed like they were together, him and her.
Mia Kirshner?
Yeah. Or he just fell in love with her while they were looking for that dead body and it was unrequited.
I mean,
he says, I used to be your lover.
I mean, it could have been. But I very much felt like that was an incredibly pivotal point in his life when the combination of meeting her and falling in love while doing this morbid thing where they look for a body. And then that is also joined by actually finding the body, which scarred him for life and destroyed him.
So... she's not a dancer at that point?
No. I think she's a college student.
She somehow finds her way to this place where he also works and impregnated the lady who she's dating. Their relationships, I couldn't quite put that 2 and 2 together there. Bothered me quite a bit.
Oh, really?
It did, yeah. Speaking of which, his wife, she was 7 months pregnant when they filmed this movie.
I like her. I think she's a
Arseniy Kanjan.
She's a pretty great actor, huh?
She is solid. She's still giving me Isabella Rossellini vibes.
She put this disease in me.
Okay.
I'm there for it. When the film was being advertised through newspapers in the Philippines, there was a banner that stated, "Strong warning by the MTRCB, Movie and Television Ratings Classification Board. Strictly for adults," is what it said. "This film is approved without cuts because of its artistic value."
Yeah.
You believe that?
I do believe it.
Dropped the ball there.
They should have cut it.
Yeah.
This movie's... Man, okay.
Here, this might blow you away. Kind of blew me away.
I'm ready.
The Exotica Club, they built that out of an old empty room at the Party Center in Toronto back in 93.
Huh.
It was so convincing that potential customers had to be turned away at the door. They also used Atom Egoyan's Volvo 240 station wagon as Francis's car to save money.
Francis being Bruce Greenwood?
Mm-hmm. Check this out. Atom Egoyan had the initial idea for the film in the fall of 1992. He began writing the script in February of 93 and completed his first draft in March of 93. Pre-production began in April as Egoyan refined the screenplay and the cast the son of a bitch in 2 months.
That's fucking wild.
With filming starting in mid-June and completed after 5 weeks.
Did you not like my joke about this being the Egoyan podcast?
No, it's really funny.
I kind of want to watch every single thing he's done.
I was super excited to see this.
Oh no!
Coming off of
Fuck. The
The Adjuster. It's incredibly engaging in the very unique and specific character elements, but overall it was a fairly boring movie.
What?
The tagline for this film is, "In a world of temptation, obsession is the deadliest desire."
Okay.
In the world of everything, isn't that usually the case? The budget for this movie was $2 million estimated. Worldwide gross, $4.2 million fucking dollars.
They doubled it.
Atom Egoyan's blowing loads.
I'm like super bonered up for Egoyan right now. I think he's amazing. I think this movie looks beautiful. I think the story is compelling. I think he does a lot with the music. God, the transitions to the flashback scenes, I found them so powerful every single time. I love this movie.
It's really well shot. The score is incredible. The acting is really solid. But I don't know, there's just a lack of what I think the quality that drew me into The Adjuster was its sort of, I don't know, just overarching, bizarre, uncomfortable vibe.
Well, I don't think that's what he really carries on with.
Oh, well, no, and I mean, that's fine. I just, coming off of that movie was so striking and unique that, I mean, this is fine, you know.
I think he does a lot of, like, tales of grief and sorrow.
Sure.
I was trying to explain.
Did he do Crash?
No.
Yeah.
But Sweet Hereafter involves a crash.
Fantastic.
What do you got for me?
Well, let me ask you this. You probably noticed Maury Chaykin? He's in this. He's a patron, probably extremely early on, probably right after the title sequence. A lady's doing something, and he goes, like that. He's uncredited in the...
Did you notice that the boss is the customs agent, the boss from The Adjuster, the one who confronts her about videotaping the smut?
That's how I'd like you to consider me. As a friend.
It's for my sister.
What do you mean?
I did not.
He's the customs agent, and it turns out he's quite short. He's with the guy that later on seduces McKellar. He's the one who's like telling him, "What do you think about this guy?"
You have to convince yourself that this person has something hidden that you have to find.
He's like a good foot and a half shorter
Oh,
than that guy.
yeah. That was odd. That whole customs thing was odd.
God, everybody's so good in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, Mia Kirshner, it's like, good Lord.
I don't think
That
I ever...
weird dance she does.
Yeah, I was just doing that to
It's
Jenny.
like a TikTok dance.
What is it? What do those hand moves mean? What do they convey?
I don't know. And she kicks real quick.
It's planned out because she does that every single time.
I was expecting people to boo her the first time she was on stage.
But she starts showing stuff. So
A little bit.
She takes a minute to get going.
She does, and it's psychotic and interesting. It's like she's tutting, and I don't know. But
Do you need me to hit you with the synopsis?
I would like that so we can get this over with.
Oh. Francis, Bruce Greenwood, is a father grieving the loss of his daughter, who he was a suspect in the murder of, and to some extent also his dead wife. The only two coping mechanisms he has is Tracy, Sarah Polly, the young girl that used to babysit his daughter, whom Francis still pays to practice her music while sitting in his house while he sees the other coping mechanism, Christina, Mia Kirshner, an exotic dancer with needs of her own at the local club Exotica, which is owned by pregnant Zoe, Arsini Kanjan, and emceed by Christina's one-time lover, now time-jealous creep admirer Eric Elias Koteas. Meanwhile, pet shop owner and exotic animal smuggler Thomas, Don McKellar, spends his nights cruising for a homosexual liaison via the local ballet company's performances. By chance, Francis is brought in to audit Thomas's business, while Eric is plotting his chance to rid Exotica of Francis, who must enlist the help of Thomas to kill Eric. All's fair in love and war, but only the truest of hearts can survive. Exotica.
Mm-hmm. I really like the opening credits. It's a slow crawl on a wall full of plants.
It reminds me so much of the opening of The Adjuster, and that one was like silly to me because I wasn't prepared for it. This one, I was like, yes, Egoyan. I love you, Egoyan. Show me those credits.
This, this just came to me. Atom Egoyan's films, these two that we've seen, remind me of Kar Wai type films. Specifically, like, what is that? 2046? You ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen any Wong Kar-wais.
Boy, it's just this romantic, dreamy, interestingly shot, almost like collection of interactions. It's a very specific through line in the plot, unlike The Adjuster. It really just hits you and you're there with it. Some of the flashbacks catch you off guard and you're not sure what's happening. But yeah, I don't know. There's like a weird element where these it's almost like Quentin Tarantino, where these movies just exist within whatever world Atom Egoyan operates in, separate from reality, but not alien, just different.
The main characters are strange, but it never feels like it's not the real world.
You just don't see any of these people do anything other than what's necessary for the film to progress. Like when Francis is hanging out with Sarah Pauli's old man, Victor Garber, you're like, what's going on here?
Strange to think that bird is probably going to outlive us.
Strange?
Did you ever teach it to say anything?
Yes.
What does it say, Harold?
There's a hostile tone.
Yeah.
When he was dropping her off, he's like, say hi to your dad for me or whatever. I was like, this isn't her dad? I was like, is he the stepfather then?
Well, because he pulls up outside of like a weird TV repair store.
It looks like there's like a porno shop and a liquor store. I don't think that's what's happening there. Maybe a motel.
A guy just like walks out and like circles their car. Like, I don't know, they're drug dealing maybe, or
It seems nefarious.
and this 13-year-old white girl just gets out of the car and just walks up. No big deal.
Maybe watches to make sure she gets in.
Yeah, but it's so, but then later you're like, oh, he's in a wheelchair. Because first he's got a parrot on his shoulder.
He's just sitting in a chair. Yeah, it's not a wheelchair at that point.
No, but then he's in a wheelchair. But then he's wearing a Blackfish shirt. It says something about black people are great or something. I'm like, oh, that's progressive. But the movie starts and we're in Exotica. And Elias Koteas is the slimeball MC.
Those big hairy palms together, gentlemen. Have a nice big round of applause for Callie.
And you too can have Callie come over to your table for only $5, where she could show you the mysteries of her world.
He is so good.
Bro, when the movie started and you see that guy dancing with the long hair way up top, I was like, who the fuck is this? Oh my God, that's Elias Koteas.
He's got like a bowling shirt on.
Yeah.
It's just a real phallic microphone.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, hey, gentlemen.
That hair is so long, and he is
So
really
greasy.
He's really grooving up there.
Yeah, he is. I really like this club. It's like burlesque, but it's also stripping. And you can have a girl dance like literally right in front of your table. But
For only $5.
the matron's office is underneath
His DJ
the DJ booth.
Yeah.
But then there's a back hallway that has all these one-way mirrors.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's just, hey, gentlemen, give Monique a round of applause. For $5, she'll come to your table.
He's good, but it is true. He gets a little bit weird as time goes on.
Yeah, because then he's like, oh, yeah, give it up for Sheila, the firefighter. And up next, you like schoolgirls? What do you think about jailbait? And you're like,
I mean, that's her whole angle, though.
It is her whole angle. That's the thing. It gets progressively worse or weird after Zoe calls him on it. But up to that point, I thought it was just whatever. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. She's got a satchel and a white button-up and a plaid skirt.
It's very Catholic schoolgirl uniform. And she's got that wild hair.
And her routine feels like something out of like Donnie Darko. Just, I don't know, so very, or probably more Southland Tales. Just all of a sudden in a ball, they would cut to somebody dancing like that. Or the OA. So yeah, she's dancing and people are paying. And Bruce Greenwood is just a real cuckboy. He's all like, oh my God, come dance for me. I'm going to protect you.
I was just thinking, what would happen if someone hurt you?
How could anyone hurt me?
If I'm not there to protect you?
You'll always be there to protect me.
So Sarah Polley is babysitting his house, and he's got a piano that plays itself. Because he tells her father that he is letting her use his house because he has a piano to practice her music. She's a flautist. And unbeknownst to her father, he's paying her $40 every other night to babysit. But he's not a creep about it, thankfully.
No, the whole movie's full of sorrow.
She is so fucking good, Sarah Polley.
I haven't seen young Sarah Polley in a while.
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like I saw young Sarah Polley, but then I saw Go, and then I saw other things, and then she was an adult, and then she stopped acting. It was really pretty wild to go back to child actor Sarah Polley.
She's
she almost doesn't really look like the Sarah Polley I remember at all.
She's so young, too. It's incredible. I'm like, she was this young when Don Keller was that old. She's like, young Sarah Polley's like old Uma Thurman. She's not like knocking it out of the park necessarily, but she's really good.
Yeah.
She's really comfortable as a child in these adult scenarios, trying to wrap her head around.
That's the thing, right? It's you can see her working it out in her brain, and not in like a stupid child way.
Right.
Yeah, she knows some things. She knows that this isn't right. Mm-hmm. It's making her uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. She's not a baby about it. She's like a young adult,
and she doesn't sugarcoat it. She goes, "Your kid's dead."
Your dad told me about you not wanting to babysit anymore.
There's no baby to sit.
Like, what? Why do you? And he's like, "No, that's cool. I get it. Don't even worry about it. I'm Bruce Greenwood. You know, everybody's dad."
Do you know much about Bruce Greenwood?
I'm trying to think of what the fuck he's in that I've seen.
I feel like
Is it a horror movie?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen him in a million things and never thought twice about him until I saw this, and I was like, he's fantastic.
He's super, super good. And Mia Kirshner, God bless her, she's really good in here too. It's not quite Crow City of Angels level of acting, but
They call this the City of Angels, but all I see around me are victims. It's the city of drugs.
I'm wondering if this is why Mia Kirshner's not everywhere. I think she's got like a detached, icy thing. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like her vibe. Mm-hmm. That's her secret power, and I don't know that you can spread that out to everything. And maybe that's because, I mean, you're telling me you watched the 30 Days of Night sequels.
I did,
and they're horrible.
Just
and she's in it. It's like a $5 movie, and she's in it.
Yeah, I think you're incredibly correct because she's really good looking.
She's beautiful.
But I think
quite a little bit too young in this one, though.
She's 15
slightly.
almost.
Yeah, like I still think she's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, and she pulls off being incredibly young at the end of the movie incredibly well.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
That looks like that's the real her.
Doesn't it?
Ugh.
But I think you're right because she's incredibly attractive, but also has a very unique personality and acting style that belays that. You can't put her in a movie where she's the sex symbol. I've never been like, oh, she's terrible.
What about that vampire movie?
It's just the movie sucks.
Yeah.
And she's fine.
She seems like she should have a much better career. I mean, God bless her. She seems to work. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's dumb and an asshole. I don't know, though.
Nope. I mean, possibly. But it said her career was shut down by that dildo Harvey Weinstein.
Because she landed on an episode of 24.
She was in... Oh, yeah.
She was an assassin.
That's the first episode, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I didn't watch 24, but I watched the first couple of them.
Good Lord. I didn't realize it was that early, but she's great in there. Yeah, it's difficult to come to terms because they never show them in any sort of a romantic relationship, Elias and Mia. But
well, I mean,
what's the contract?
The very little tiny piece of them in the flashback is obviously
it's the beginning of possibly something.
A mutated meet cute. Well, I don't know, man. It honestly seems like it could all just be him. I mean,
you think?
I don't know that.
You think he got a job there because he knew she was there? But then why did the lady have a contract to have a baby with him?
I don't know, but Mia Kirshner also seems quite hostile to still have him around, so maybe he did follow her there.
Of all people, why would you have him father your child?
Because he's there.
But he's a greaseball. He's a weirdo.
Yeah, he is a weirdo.
You know? He's like
he's
the
broken.
puppeteer from that movie we watched.
If I can guess your name in 3 tries, you have to come have a drink with me tonight.
Why not?
Okay. You look like a Carol, Tab, Cher, Suzanne, Maxine?
Yeah. Who told you?
Nobody told me. That just came out.
Craig.
I do feel like the discovery of the body destroyed him, right?
I don't know, did it? I mean, it destroyed her. Mia.
You think so?
Don't look. And she was weeping. That's why everybody ran over, because they could hear her screaming. And he was just looking.
I found that stuff powerful.
Okay.
I could think about it all day long.
And that's great, because for me, if that was there and I missed it, it could just be me. But maybe I'm just such a callous, sallow son of a bitch that...
I don't know. I could almost see Elias Koteas' character being like, whatever, I'm helping out. I'm just doing a nice thing. It's something to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that's interesting to do. And then the reality of like the actual discovery and the emotions that come with it. I don't know. The way I don't know.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because at first I wasn't sure if Francis recognized Mia Kirshner.
Definitely he does, yeah.
Definitely he does.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know until the very end.
How do you think he landed on that? Going there?
Do you think he maybe just discovered her?
He just was walking around, saw her, followed her?
No, I think maybe he went in there.
Oh.
Just trying to feel something because he probably feels
randomly,
nothing but grief.
And he was like, whatever your name is.
Do you not,
because she would recognize him.
It's been years.
Based on that, you think that was the last time they spoke?
Maybe. It's been years since his daughter died. Many years.
It feels like that conversation in the car at the end is the last time they see each other in that fiduciary arrangement part of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily assume it was like molestation at the end when she's saying like, I don't think my parents really like me that much. And he goes, no, I'm sure they do. She's like, nah, it's pretty bad.
Listen, Christina, if there's ever anything you want to talk about what might be going on at home or whatever, you know that I'm here, okay?
Okay.
But he's just like maybe beating her up, or just the parents are fighting.
I think maybe they're just cold. They don't really like her or want her.
Because they mentioned this weird thing in that trivia thing, which may just be complete bullshit.
Well, I mean, that could be... I think you're right on the second part where you're like Bruce Greenwood and Mia Kirshner. She's being the fill-in daughter, but then she's also doing the stripper stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he's necessarily there for the stripper stuff. I think this is just an outlet for his grief.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he even really wants that. Doesn't he kind of push her back a few times? He doesn't
races out of there typically as soon as she starts to take off her clothes.
I don't think he likes that. I think that's the incestuous angle.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was that was her backstory.
I mean, it could be. I feel like she's unwanted, but I mean, whatever. It could be there too.
Bruce is paying her to dance for him. And at first it just seems like, for whatever reason, he's locking into her. Maybe her schoolgirl thing or whatever. But as the movie goes on and you see them interact more closely, not just from Elias's point of view, which is what you see immediately, from him looking down and doing his weird guy stuff, is that he's saying these things to her like, I want to protect you.
How could they do this to you? Why would anybody do this to you?
Right. But and at first she almost seems like this is the first time he said this. That's the feeling I was getting.
Uh-huh.
This is the first time he spoke, and she's like scared but trying to be cool about it.
Yeah.
Well, why would anybody hurt me? But you know, I guess you get the feeling that that's maybe their routine.
Yeah.
She's innocent, but she's getting this weird thing, this weird father thing that she didn't get as a kid. That it's not sexual. It looks like she's necking him, but really she's just rubbing her cheek against his and nuzzling his shoulder nape area.
It's such a bizarre setup for him to get his grief out and to relive his daughter being alive.
Yeah. Because she is also exposing herself during this. I will say I really hated when she was twerking.
When she keeps...
She's lifting up her skirt.
Yeah.
Like this.
Part of me was like, well...
I get it. But
I bet I would like that butt.
But yeah, but not... Don't rapidly pop it, you know? Hey.
I don't know.
I'm doing it for Jason right now. Hey, loosely.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
But so that's going on. Elias is obsessed and really hurt. He really goes through some shit in this movie.
He seems really trapped in a hole of misery. He
Yes.
seems like he is a hardcore alcoholic with a broken heart, watching the person he loves be just out of his reach. Like he's torturing himself.
He's a prisoner to his own grief.
Yeah.
The grief that he doesn't even understand. And also this whatever requited but ended unrequited relationship where she is now dating Zoe, even though we only see them kiss romantically once.
It's a little hot though, dude.
It's very hot.
She's rubbing her belly, but also her like arm is between her legs.
Yes. And they kiss.
Some heat on
but
that
then
arm.
they're never intimate again.
Some heat on that arm, Julian.
And the real sort of, it's like a slug when a slug walks by you and he leaves that residue.
Yeah, it's all over her arm.
Elias, she says to Elias, Zoe does.
Did someone say something?
No. Makes the clients uncomfortable.
And you think your state puts them at ease?
You got to knock this shit off, man. You're getting nuts. And also,
I could do the introductions.
Dude, we can't have you moping around. Oh, what do they think of the sight of you?
Oh, with her belly?
Yeah. I'm sorry, is the baby kicking? She goes, yes, it's always kicking. Do you want to touch it? He's like, no.
You gonna slime up my arm again?
But I guess. And then she's like, what do you think about it? And he goes, it makes you happy? She goes, yeah, but like, how do you feel?
Yes.
Well, he says, well, that's why we signed that contract, so that I can't feel, or something like that. I shouldn't feel, whatever he says.
Do you think they liked fucking?
I don't know. I'm like, well, what the hell is the contract?
I feel like neither of them liked fucking each other.
I mean, I just don't understand it, because it seems like she's trying to be intimate with him.
Well, I mean, that's his baby.
Right. But I mean,
I think she's kind.
But regardless of what it is, he's not feeling good about life or himself.
He's so sad.
And he really cannot stand Francis and her, whatever they've got going on.
He's upset about other people having a connection with her because that's what he yearns for.
But specifically Francis, because he doesn't understand it. Like, what? This guy's a pussy. Why does she kowtow to him? And he's looking at him through the mirror. Twice, maybe 3 times in this movie, they show a character looking into a mirror or being reflected by a mirror, and then it becomes, we see through it.
Are we still in the first couple of minutes of this movie?
Don McKellar smuggles in eggs.
Okay, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, we never got to McKellar.
He has a pet shop where he sells exotic animals.
There's 2 customs agents watching him through the one-way mirrors.
Yeah.
Talking about him.
Yep.
One of them is the guy from The Adjuster who was the boss who confronts the wife.
And it's crazy. He's like, you got to be able to read these people. See what they're doing. Use your mind. And the guy goes, oh, golly, sir.
He just kind of looks through the window.
Don McKellar takes off his shades. He's fixing himself.
And
the guy goes, he's looking into your soul.
McKellar's such a wonderful dork in this.
He's a dweeb.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem shady at all at customs, right?
No, God, no.
Seems like just a dork traveling.
Yeah, he's just like, do your thing. I'll be checking myself out.
He's got those straight across bangs.
I was expecting him
took a scissor
to lick the 2 fingers and do that. The V eyebrow thing.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't, though. And they let him through. And he goes home and he takes off a weird thing strapped to him that has 2 eggs in it.
Yeah.
And he puts them in an incubator.
He sure does. Now it's interesting to see him in like his travel outfits versus when he's in the pet shop wearing those horrible shorts and shirt.
And I kind of feel like this is the closest him we've gotten.
You think this is him?
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is him doing a wonderful job at acting. I think he's really unearthed a new character we haven't seen yet.
Well, maybe. Maybe it's just because this feels like the least comical hairstyle.
You think this is the least comical
thus far? Yes, compared to
this fucking
The Adjuster and
wow.
I don't know. I mean, I could buy him as this. I guess I don't know. I've never seen him in a picture outside of a movie. So
he looks like a cartoon character. He looks like a character from the Preacher comic books, Steve Dillon drawing. It's crazy.
He's a funny looking good-looking man.
I think he's handsome. I think that. Oh no, we talked about this. Is he handsome? And I said no, he's cute. I think he's really quite goofy looking in this because of the haircut, the outfits, the glasses, and his demeanor.
But a guy takes a cab with him from the airport.
Kind of a goofy looking fella, eh?
Yeah.
That's from Fargo.
Elias says a couple times when they're walking in the field.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes, this guy, they're coming back from the airport, right?
Yeah, they're putting his luggage in the thing. And he goes, "Where you going?"
Downtown.
Oh, all right. And he gets in.
You want to split it? Sure.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
And that guy's on his cell phone the whole time, an early cell phone.
Gabba, 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 gabba.
Yeah, yo gabba gabba. And then
they drop him off.
He gives Don McKellar 2 tickets. And I love Don McKellar's reaction to this.
Oh, what are these?
Ballet tickets for tonight.
Oh.
You don't like ballet?
Well, some ballets.
Well, that's exactly what this is, some ballet. Look, you can always scalp the tickets at the door.
Oh, you mean take these in exchange for you paying your part of the fare?
Well, what do you think?
That guy fucking sucks.
Slams the door. Right?
That guy's a real piece of shit.
Like,
I love how Don McKellar low-key called him out.
Absolutely.
That's great.
So then he goes to the thing, the ballet.
And there's so many people looking for tickets.
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
It's a rotating cast of, the
gayest dudes you've ever seen?
Yeah, but is it like a weird hookup thing?
That Don McKellar's doing?
Don McKellar's doing it, but
That's what
is there a weird underground movement where this is how like men are meeting casually?
Maybe.
Because they're all circling and they're all wearing like tight shirts and...
But they're all kind of upper class dudes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, is this like they'll meet a sugar daddy type of a thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Because Don's just picking up all these dudes.
But he's...
and looking at their wieners through their pants.
Yes. He goes to the ballet and he picks out a guy.
Uh-huh.
Who's handsome.
Did you think he was the guy from The Adjuster? Briefly, for a split second?
That's the next guy.
So he takes him in and they go to the ballet and he looks at his wiener. And that guy's just like, yeah, it's juicy.
Why is his dick juicy?
It's like a hot dog. He goes, Don goes, hey, you know what? I can't take your money for the ticket, eh? I don't feel right because I got these tickets free.
Okay, well, can I use this money to take you out for drinks?
No, I got to go.
Yeah, why wasn't he interested in this guy?
I don't know, because as soon as he walks away, we're still locked on Don, as we see the guy in the background sort of a little confused and deflated.
Yeah.
And Don just cracks a smile.
Like he's getting off on turning them down?
I guess. And then he does it another time.
The other guy.
And then he does it a third time.
And the third guy he fucks.
Takes him home.
Yeah.
And he's sucking. He goes, oh my God, does your dad have a lot of chest hair? I said, thank you.
Okay, so you're jumping forward big time.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Where are you going back to?
When he is laying down, Don McKellar, without his shirt on, I'm in the future with you.
Okay,
with
same scene. Okay.
Yes. It looks like he is wearing a tank top of hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, how much Jules is so upset about this. And then I was like, what's up with your chest hair, man? It looks like a tank top. It's not on the arms.
No.
But then later on, I feel like I got another shot of his chest and it looked more normal. But like at that particular angle, it looked like a tank top of hair.
Yeah, he had a fro when the guy was kissing it. I was like, ew.
You don't want those hairs in your mouth.
Yeah. But then he goes and blows him. Rocks his world.
It's like, oh man, you think that's a lot of hair? Mm-hmm. Wait till you get down there.
Yeah, he goes, I'm moving in now. We're going to be playing basketball all the time.
It's like me, Kirshner's hair is on my crotch. Just a wild mane.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Kirshner's got a lot of hair in this movie.
So
we're rewinding back to the ballet and that guy. Okay.
And then he wakes up in the morning and because he's asking him, hey, what you got these eggs here for?
Oh, wait, what? You didn't rewind.
No, I'm just going to go forward, and then I'm going to rewind.
Yeah, but did you recognize this is the customs agent right away?
No.
Oh, God, I recognized him instantly.
No, absolutely not.
So fascinated by the guy from The Adjuster being in this and talking to him.
I was kind of bored a little bit throughout this movie. So I was a little bit checking out.
God damn, I was like...
Especially when I realized I had seen it before.
I was locked in hard.
And I'm like, oh, I remember this. Oh, yeah, I remember this. It's fine. But he goes, oh, yeah, I'm leaving you a message on your answer machine, because I I stole those eggs.
I'm a customs agent. We've actually been onto you for quite a while.
Yeah.
So I took those eggs and I turned them in and I said, I don't know where they came from.
Yep. And it's going to pay the way for something to happen in your name, but not your name. But think of it as something good you've done. Now, the rewind.
We haven't even been inside his pet store yet. Are we going back?
Yeah, we're going to go back because I just remember that fucking pet store.
It's so gross.
So gross. He's selling green Kool-Aid.
It's like, oh man, these tanks are not supposed to look like this, Don.
So Francis, it turns out, is some sort of a government agent with their version of the IRS.
He's auditing.
Because he's not his accountant. He keeps saying you need to get an accountant. Yeah. But yeah, he's auditing this pet shop. Now, his dad left him the pistol. Did he also leave him the pet store?
Obviously.
Okay.
It's his dad's pet store.
Because he says, why do you got that gun? And he goes, that's what my dad left me. I was expecting him to say, in addition to the pet shop.
Oh, I thought he did reference that being his dad's pet shop.
Maybe he did. He's being audited by Francis. And Francis is onto him right away. He doesn't let on, but he's onto him. And his pet shop, it's just floor-to-ceiling tanks, and they're all green.
Yeah, they're so thick, like you can't... It's all
Is
like...
he a mad scientist?
Green milky. Yeah.
It's just bubbling.
You do see, like, whatever that thing is that bubbles and flops around.
It's like an eel, maybe?
But why is there air popping out?
I don't know, and he's skimming scum off the top of one of the tanks, and...
I think he doesn't...
It feels hot and stinky.
He's smart enough to be able to incubate stolen eggs, right?
Mm-hmm. What do they say he was making annually?
$200,000 a year.
Yeah. He's doing pretty fucking good.
But he can't take care of the tanks?
Or whatever he's selling, that's how they live? But then it's like, well, you don't even get to see him.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't know. It's very disturbing, but they never, ever touch on it.
That's a real depressing place.
It is. I want it to catch on fire so Pee Wee Herman can rescue all of those animals.
But he's got those horrible shorts on.
God,
high waist cargo shorts.
He's like, what was that Tracy Morgan character? The animal person?
No, is it Brian Fellows?
I'm Brian Fellows.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Fellows.
You shut up.
Your devil goat smiled at me. Take him away.
So Francis is doing his thing, and all of a sudden Elias is like, you know what? I've had about as enough as I can stand. I can't stand no more.
Of Brucey Greenwoods?
Mm-hmm. So he follows him into the John. Because Bruce always escapes to the John, puts his hands on the sides of the stall vestibule to brace himself. But at this point, in this particular instance...
He's wrapping toilet paper on his knuckles.
Yep, because he's going to go punch something, I think.
He is. He's totally going to start punching up that... He's going to real punch drunk love up that bathroom stall.
Sir, I've got no way to prove that you smashed up the bathroom.
I didn't do that. I didn't.
I'm going to call the police.
All right. Can I just stay?
Sir, I'm going to crack your fucking head open. Get out of here.
And Elias comes in and he goes, hey, man.
But
he's doing a real Canadian. He's trying to disguise himself to pretend as if he's another patron as opposed to a really cool DJ. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I see the way she looks at you.
You just need to seal the deal.
Yeah, the deal needs to be sealed and consummated.
You see how she puts her fingers all the way up herself so they disappear like magic?
Mm-hmm.
You need to do that. She will respect you and want to be with you.
Okay, cool.
But wait, I mean... Well, I guess this blows our whole idea out of the water because he's trying to make her his girlfriend?
No.
Why does he want to touch her?
He explains it, and I forget most of it. But so when he goes back out, he's sitting there, and she's dancing, and he just puts his hand up to her stomach, real benign, holds it there.
Very similar to what McKellar does later with her leg.
And then all of a sudden, Elias...
I wish I could see you do that with your face.
Elias comes up. He snatches the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's been waiting to hurt him for a long time.
And he's jerking him. Hey, fuckhole. And he throws him through a door. I thought he was going to throw him down the stairs. He doesn't. He shakes him down the stairs. And he takes him outside and he throws him into the gutter.
Sticks his fingers down his throat, makes him throw up. Yeah! My fingers were dirty.
That buffet, you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And he's just laying in the rain in the street. Get out of here, you dumb shit.
What kind of food do you think they would have at the buffet at Exotica?
Clams. And mussels. And
fucking real dried
just a real lobster feast.
Macaroni, some of that god-awful pizza at the Chinese food buffets. You ever see that pizza at the Chinese food buffets? Where it's like, come on, guys, you know what pizza looks like. What the fuck is this?
Or just, like, I went to Pizza Ranch once. Yeah. Twice, actually. It's just this pizza's just sitting out underneath like these half-baked salamanders. That's like barely keeping them warm, but also constantly dry. Salamander?
Yeah, no, but you said with like the salamanders are there, like the salamanders are the heating element.
Yeah, they're with them.
There's no lizards with your pizza.
Here's the
You're
salamander.
Saying it's like it's warming the salamanders on the rock.
No, the heat lamp.
Oh.
The salamander. That's what they call it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They really call the heat lamp a salamander?
Uh-huh.
Because they warm salamanders?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought it was a brand. I don't know. I'm only very loosely.
I'm drunk. Salamanders are a lizard, correct?
Hip to the chef world. But yeah, the pizzas are just super like they're warm, but they're like super dried out.
Well, that's because nobody goes to the pizza
Nasty.
ranch. If there was a flow of customers,
there are people
they
there.
would be fine.
Sad people.
Yeah.
Tommy, put that down. Just yelling. But mother sucks. I feel bad for so many people.
Give me some meatballs, Pizza Ranch.
So many people, man. You drive by a trailer park, you just want to set it on fire. So he goes, hey, Don McKellar, look, I know that you're a weasel and you're doing this smuggling stuff.
But I'm not hiding anything.
Thomas, you're hiding a smuggling operation that brings in over $200,000 a year. Probably a lot more.
This is Francis, by the way.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, okay. We've been on to you for a long ass time. And I've been sent to basically give the thumbs up or thumbs down. So he goes, listen, pal, I got thrown out of this club, but I need to know what the girl that I was with thought about what I did. And he goes, well, what? Yeah, no, you're going to do this for me. Because otherwise I'm going to rat on you.
It's very important for me to know these things. Just ask her these questions. Do this for me and you have a clean slate.
But it kind of seems like he goes, we've been on to you for a while. We know what you're doing.
Everybody's onto him. That's the same thing the customs agent said.
So I'm like, even if you do this for him, there's no way if he's like, oh, he's not doing anything, that would end.
I kind of think it would on that angle. With
the operation.
With the auditors.
They'd just be like, no, you're caught up on Mia Kirshner. We don't believe you.
No, I don't.
You're compromised.
I don't think that's the case at all.
Well,
I think he would be the end of the road.
Okay. If so, cool.
I mean, he's not a drug lord. I'm sure he would falsify things to be like, no, it's fine. He's not doing that.
It's not the smuggling so much as the introduction of invasive species that the government's going to be worried about.
Godzillas?
Whatever.
This guy's got a fucking narwhal in his tank in the back. It's full of algae.
No, what you end up getting is like a cross-pollination of disease also and ticks. So he decides to wear a like all-white rattan suit. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
And he gets her to dance for him. And he goes, I'm from San Francisco, eh?
Yeah, totally.
We say out there, too.
Yeah, it's a thing.
She goes, oh, word, I've been there before. Oh, really?
Fuck! Abort!
Yeah, I've been there before and I didn't see you. So, where are you really from, eh? So he goes, hey, check it out. Why'd that guy get thrown out? Oh, because after that they threw him out, there was a brouhaha. Zoe was like, why'd you throw him out? And he goes, I had no choice. And she goes, but you said he was totally harmless also. And he goes, I said that too. And what did he do to you? He touched me.
But he didn't mean it.
Well, God, what if we get sued? We'll just say this.
It is actually very interesting when she says that. She's like, you say he is harmless, but you had to throw him out. You say he touched you, but he did not want to.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you. Eat my pussy. Yeah.
So Don McKellar's like, hey, why'd that guy get thrown out, though? She goes, well, because he touched me.
Yeah, he smelled bad.
And he goes, oh, tell me more about that. And she's like, what's your deal, bruh?
I like you, though. I think I'd like to talk to you some more.
Yeah, she's like, are you in, like, a psychology thing? He's like, guilty as charged. A conference.
Actually, I am, yeah.
So tell me all about it, eh? And she goes, well, it's a weird thing because we had this agreement that we didn't really agree to, but, like,
we
he
do
needed
things,
something.
And I needed something, and we fulfill each other's needs.
Mm-hmm. And we just did that, and it was therapeutic. And then all of a sudden he broke that trust, and he touched me. But why? I don't know.
But he did not want to, but he did.
And then Elias is just like, y'all like jailbait. And she goes, Jesus fuck, he's not so...
He's calling me up. He's not supposed to do that.
They tell him he can't do that. So you got to go, eh? Yeah. But hey, go downstairs. I don't like it up here.
I am the jailbait. I have to go up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
I'm 13.
So now Elias he's just addicted.
13 going on 30, just like Jennifer Garner.
A guy goes in the bathroom. He just can't help himself.
Yeah, he's sitting there, slip it through the hole.
But at this point, though, Don McKellar's pooping.
No, he's not. Is he dumping?
He's sitting on the toilet.
I sit down to pee. In fact, it's gotten to the point where I'm like angry when I do stand up peeing.
Damn it! You punch your dick. Why'd you forget?
I pissed all up in my pants today.
Oh, gee. I kind of peed on myself the other day, too. I thought I was done.
I know.
My pants, it just was too, it was like a reverse guillotine. It's pushing up.
Yeah, Julian. So I know.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I pull my penis out of the fly of my shorts,
yeah,
and it's pressing on the pee tube.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, I definitely got rid of all that pee. I'm shaking
I'm
it.
done.
Everything's good.
Yep.
Slip that penis back in.
So Elias is just fucking drained. Man, I see the way she talks to you, Holmes. He goes, what? Yeah, man. She's into you. I know, because I used to be a lover. I could tell it's different with you, man.
It does seem like a deep revelation the way he's like leaning and revealing this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was her lover, Julian. Maybe you win.
Maybe.
Elias Koteas, Atom Egoyan, 763-634-1897.
Give us a ringy-ding-ding.
Yes.
But he doesn't encourage Don to touch her, I don't think.
Bruce Greenwood, you too. Yeah, he does.
He's just sort of saying she wants you. Does he say it?
Yeah. Why do you think he touches her?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Because for a second there, I'm like, he has yet to say it. I'm watching the movie. I'm like, he hasn't really said it to him.
I'm pretty sure he tells him to do it too.
Maybe he does. Because he just goes out and he goes, oh, hey, touches her.
Yeah.
He boops her.
Listen, I can tell you like dick, but I think you should touch her because it'll...
With his right hand, he reaches across far to her left thigh. And she looks. And Zoe's behind the glass, watching it, smoking. No, she's drinking milk.
Okay.
Or a lassi. It's hard to tell. And she goes, oh my God.
She's pissed off at Koteas for like diving over there and attacking.
Yeah, but
she's behind a wall.
It's happening because Bruce Greenwood, moments before this, he comes to see Zoe. I just want to talk to the manager. And he's explaining himself.
Yeah.
In a very bad, non-convincing that you're totally normal way.
I cannot let you in if it's the people saw you do that and it sets a bad precedent.
Where does it stop? She's a Republican, by the way. And he looks out the window and he sees Don McKellar come out of the bathroom. Because he's been listening to that the whole time.
Yeah, he's got a wire. He put a wire on McKellar.
Yeah, and he's got a big
weird
radio
speaker in his car that he has to adjust.
And he's just weeping. He's going through the shit.
And she's like, we know all about you.
But
we know about your past.
Yeah, because he's a marked man. Throughout the movie, there's a few flashbacks where Elias and Mia are first meeting and they're walking through a meadow with a line of other people.
We've never talked about the flashbacks other than me. This all throughout the movie, this is happening.
And
it's so beautiful, dude.
It's so
the
evident.
way they cut to like such a bright, sunny day every time, and you know exactly what it is. As soon as you see them combing through the grass and everybody's looking down,
you just see a line of people walking. Right,
this is
lockstep.
obviously a search party for a body.
Yeah, and eventually, in those flashbacks, when he seems like he's really hitting it off with her.
Listen, I waste so much time, you know. It's just, my days just slip by, you know.
Isn't that what days are supposed to do?
You know, not if you want to make something with yourself, you know.
They find the body.
He seems way too old for her, though.
Yeah, 10 years or so. They find the body, and she freaks, and he sees it, and so he sees Don McKellar come out of the bathroom, and he sees Elias come out. He knows there's only two people in the bathroom, and he realizes that it's Elias who's talking to him.
It's that motherfucker. He goes in the bathroom and tells you bad things to do.
Whether or not he recognizes him as the DJ, I don't quite see or understand. It doesn't seem like he would really even know who he is, but he sees who he is, so he recognizes that this is who I need to kill.
He's there all the time. I think he does know.
Okay, and so then Don touches her. Zoe freaks out, but Mia Kirshner just takes his hand off of her.
Makes a fist with his hand.
And blows a kiss on it.
And then starts dancing seductively again.
And she's just tearing up. And Zoe's like, oh, it's opaque, what I'm feeling right now.
My child bride is powerful in her own right.
And Mia Kirshner found out about the contract between Zoe and Eric. This is Elias Koteas' character's name. What it is, I don't know. So now Bruce Greenwood is outside. He takes a gun. No, there's
back at the aquarium shop.
Second time he goes back. He went down. Yeah, he goes in and he grabs the gun.
It's the third time. He's already asked him to go in there and spy him, and then he comes back again. He's like, "This gun, your dad has it to kill people. I need this gun to kill somebody."
No, I mean, Don goes back to the club.
Oh,
is that when he touches her? No,
it's the second
that's already
time.
happened.
The night that he touches her is the same night that he's waiting outside with the gun. That Koteas.
Oh, right. Because the first night when he leaves the bathroom, he comes back to Mia Kirshner and he goes, there was just some guy in the bathroom telling me to touch you. And she goes, oh. And then I think maybe Zoe confronts Eric about it. But then Francis tells Don McKellar, hey, I got your gun. I'm going to go kill this guy and then you're going to help me do it.
I don't want to do that, eh?
Well, you're going to go to jail if you don't. Oh, all right then.
I will go to jail for that. And he's like, hey, but you want to help me, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, do that.
Right. You're not going to do it because of that, but you're going to help me. And he goes, okay. He doesn't say okay. It cuts away before he does. But
it is the right thing to do. You're correct. I should team up with you to kill a man.
So that's why he touches her, because Francis tells him to, so he'll get thrown out.
Yes.
And once Elias brings him out, then he's going to shoot him and kill him. So he's outside and he's waiting, but he hears something and he turns around. And it's Elias with garbage, and he just drops it and he walks over to him. And Bruce Greenwood's got the gun. And Elias just like, I found your daughter, eh? In the field.
I mean, it's a little more... I know you're condensing it for the movie, for the podcast, but he's like...
No, do it. What does he do?
He comes out and he's like, I found her. He's like, who? Who'd you find? I found your little girl.
Yeah.
And then they hug.
Does he say anything else?
I think he says something initially like, do it, I'm not afraid.
Yeah. And then Bruce Greenwood just hugs him. He goes, thank Christ for you.
I really liked it, too. And that's it. And then we cut to the flashback of Mia Kirshner.
Yeah.
With being driven home by Bruce Greenwood. Who seems like, you're like, this seems like it could get sexual and weird, but he's not. He's a good guy.
He's just talking a mile a minute, too.
He's like he's a really supportive, loving dad.
Yeah.
And also, we didn't touch on this.
What are we going to touch on?
After his daughter dies, they think he did it. It's revealed to him by the police that his wife's having an affair with fucking Victor Garber. Who's Victor Garber? His brother?
That's his brother?
I think it's his brother.
Then whose kid is...
Sarah Pauly?
No, they're just friends.
No.
Are they brothers?
I think that's his brother. He's the uncle. And that's why he's in a wheelchair, because he got into an accident.
Oh.
Driving.
And killed the wife.
Yeah.
Interesting. Were they having an affair?
Totally.
Okay.
Of course they're having an affair. He was driving her around. That's how she died.
I mean, I don't know. You drive people around. Well, if your sister-in-law calls you, hey, I need a ride, and you give her a ride, and then in that one instance, you're hit by a car.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't
she doesn't
do
need
it.
a ride.
You would hang up on her. You wouldn't even answer the phone.
I want to answer the phone for anybody that calls. 763-634-1897. You were bored by this movie.
I mean, I think only because I had seen it, and I don't think I really liked it the first time either.
I don't think I liked it the first time, but then Egoyan's working on me hard now.
There's so many strong elements that I didn't mind, and I enjoyed
the way you discussed
watching it.
This sounds like you really like this movie, the way you've described everything,
but
all the performances.
Also, no, like I'm saying, I love the music, I love the performances, I love all the actors.
Sounds like he likes this movie.
But it just was generally, maybe not boring, it just, I don't know, The Adjuster felt so much more challenging.
I mean, it was strange and confusing. This one's a little bit...
It's interesting. The scenarios are so very specific that it's interesting and fresh still.
I like the two timelines quite a bit.
And the ending, good Lord, we didn't touch on that, and I want to, but I don't know, something about it just, it's kind of like, maybe it's because I was watching it at, 11 o'clock at night.
You're worn down from watching Glenn Gould.
It could be. But so after he's driving her home, Mia Kirshner, and she looks so fucking young. It's insane.
Yeah, they put braces, glasses,
like 10, 11.
Some, like zits on her.
Yeah. Her
10,
hair's-
11. I
yeah.
don't think she looks 10 or 11, but she looks young.
And he's just like, "What's up, girl? You know, you seem a little weird." And she goes, "Yeah, you know, my parents don't love me like you love your parents or your kids or your parents loved you."
Well, because he's talking about how smart his daughter is.
He's gloating.
She does some turn of phrase, and he's like, "Can you believe that? To be so smart at like 8 or 9, It's a really nice dad moment."
Yeah, and not just smart, but like so aware of whatever he was going to say and trails off.
And I mean, this is why she likes him, because he treats her with respect and tells her that no, you're special too.
Right.
You're very. What does he say about her? That she's
incredibly responsible.
She's very put together. And she's like, "What does that mean?" And he explains it.
But my
so that
daughter
she understands.
But my daughter thinks you're really sad too. He's like, "If anything's amiss, you know, you can let me know." She goes, "Thanks, Daddy-o." In this last shot, it's framed by the bush entryway to their home, Mia Kirshner's family's home. It's quite a walkway from the entryway to the front of the house, probably about 65 feet. And she's just walking. She's got like big pants on, like a satchel, much like her character. She just walks the whole way down. She stops, turns around, keeps going, opens up the door, goes in. A cat jumps on the porch, and then the movie ends. Just like, man, the movie opens and ends such a very striking way.
All these shots, Egoyan's the master. Everything looks so good.
Yeah, it's just, man.
I feel like he doesn't waste anything.
No, and it's interesting. There are like the TV repair place that she lives above, which feels almost like the upper level of like the motel from The Adjuster. It's like a weird balcony, but then right below them, it's like a strip of. It's like a roti place, a roti restaurant. And this huge, it's like, I don't know, out of Beetlejuice or something. But yeah, I don't know. Something about it just wasn't quite there. Maybe it was my mood. Maybe it was, what do they call that? Mercury's in retrograde. I don't know.
That could be it.
You love this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to give it an 8.
I'm going to give it an 8.
And that's very good. It's very good of you. I'm going to give the movie a 7.5.
That's pretty good for how you were talking about it negatively.
Yeah. It's like a good pizza, but the sauce is weak.
Man, I wonder if you'll actually like The Sweet Hereafter. I feel like The Adjuster set your expectations high, and you can't really enjoy this guy's other stuff.
I just maybe need to see more of it to know what he's talking about. Oh, what do you give?
What do you give Don?
Don McKellar? You know what? I'm going to give him a 7 as a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 too.
Yeah.
I thought he was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird character.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
He's confident.
He's got a little bit of heart to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7. I have to pee. Why don't you do the spiel?
So we're on the social media stuff, Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, We Doing Filmographies. You can Gmail us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com. You can call the hotline 763-634-1897. You can leave us a voice message. You can call us. We won't answer. You can text us. We'll look at that. You can go to nowplaynetwork.net and check out other podcasts like Tracks of the Damned. Yeah, in addition to that, while you're looking at sites that have podcasts on it, you can go over to Apple Podcast and rate us in an incremental fashion. And while you're there, while you do the rating, as soon as we get the rating, it's got to be submitted, unlike other cheaters who say they did it and then they didn't do it. And you can suggest a movie for us to watch. But keep in mind, it cannot be a movie that we've already watched because you will have wasted your opportunity and will need to review us a second time under a new profile to give us a different suggestion. But again, if it's a movie that we've seen, you'll have to then create a new profile with a new name and rate us again to submit another movie.
Did you tell him what movie we're covering next week?
Next week, we will be covering what movie, Jason? I don't know.
Correct, Julian. Tell me what movie it is.
Wildlife of David Carter. That's the movie.
That's a good answer.
All right. Well,
No, wait. I'm going to tell you what the movie is. How dare you? Camilla.
Huh?
Camilla.
Camilla?
Camilla.
Okay.
Camilla.
All right.
Can I tell you? Oh, shit. Bridget Fonda's in it.
Huh.
Jessica Tandy. Jessica Tandy plays Camilla.
Oh, interesting.
You know who Jessica Tandy is?
I believe so.
And Hume Cronin, her husband's in it, too. Oh, Elias Koteas and Maurice Ken.
Oh, nice.
And Graham Greene.
Oh.
He looks familiar.
He better.
Jesus Christ. You know who Don McKellar plays?
Graham Greene?
Well, Atom Egoyan is in it also.
He's in it?
Yeah.
Is it about him?
No. It's about an old lady. I'll tell you who Don McKellar plays.
Please do.
Security guard.
No, God. Okay. He was Jason.
That guy over there is Jules.
Yeah.